Oh, I'm Naoya, minister of the Los Angeles Gedatsu Church. Today, in late May of 2020, because of the coronavirus, most people are staying home under shelter-in-place order. We are now realizing how fortunate we were before these restrictions, when we could freely come and go as we pleased. 3 years ago, I gave a sermon titled Repetition is Revision. I have updated this because I thought you might find it meaningful today in this COVID-19 situation. Right now, I bet that most of you are feeling that your lives are rather monotonous. I often feel that way. I have a 4-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. Each morning, they wake up, have breakfast, watch TV and play. They go outside to water the fruit trees, play a little inside and outside. They like to play hide and seek. In the afternoon, they have lunch, and my daughter takes a nap while my son plays. In the evening, they run around playing with water, finding ants, and so on. At night, they take a shower, have dinner, and go to sleep. This is their daily routine. My wife spends time with the children, while I perform my church work. In addition, we both have a lot of chores, and each day ends by completing our must-do tasks. Next day, everything is the same. And the next day, again, the same. 7 days a week. Sometimes I ask myself, am I doing the right thing? But our situation doesn't allow time or freedom to make changes. We do what must be done. Actually, our daily routine, doing things each day that must be done, is not unique to this coronavirus situation. Daily duties are typical whether you are a wage earner, getting married, raising kids. As social responsibilities expand, especially when kids are small, all parents experience and accept routine as part of their normal parental lives. In Gedatsu, it is said that duty is priority. And in Japan, there is a saying, wedlock is a padlock. In a way, it is true. Working, getting married, becoming parents, caring for elders, these are duties and responsibilities that decrease our leisure time, but they are necessary parts of our life that we need to prepare for. I wish that school had prepared me better for my life as an adult and a parent. Therefore, I have a message to the young generation who may think that life is repetitious and maybe even boring. It is this. Repetition is important to your life. In fact, repetition is revision itself. Let me give you an example of what I mean. In Japan, monks who train in temples wake up early each morning. They clean the temple and sweep the grounds every day. They swept the grounds yesterday, and even though there is hardly a fallen leaf, they will sweep the grounds again today. Why? Because repeatedly doing the same thing is their practice. They know there is an important meaning in doing the same thing at the same time every day. They know that repetition is essential to their spiritual development. In Buddhism, there are many sects, and each sect develops its own teachings to reach enlightenment. Chanting Buddhist sutras, standing still beneath a waterfall, walking around mountains, sitting and meditating for a long time. What they have in common is doing something repeatedly. By completely devoting themselves in these repetitious practices, they release their ego and achieve spiritual enlightenment. Our founder Gedatsu Kongo said, religion is acquiring good habits. I am sure you agree that the regular routine of brushing your teeth, taking showers, and getting enough sleep is important to a healthy and fulfilled life. Gedatsu members have added duties, like offering water and tea to ancestors, morning and evening prayers, performing ancestor blessing, and storing them away before retiring. Sometimes after a busy day of parenting, I feel it can be too much, but then I realize that it's a part of my daily practice of self-discipline and self-improvement. Let me give you another example that illustrates the importance of routine. The famous Japanese Major League Baseball player Ichiro Suzuki said during an interview that he went to bed at the same time, woke up at the same time, and went to the baseball park at the same time, counting backwards from the next day's game. During the game, from the time he is in the on-deck circle until he comes up to bat, he makes the same movements. By doing that, he can reduce stress, concentrate, and perform well. Master Gedatsu Kongo said, water flows quietly. See the greatness of this quality. After all, an appreciative life is to be like water itself. In other words, doing what we need to do repeatedly every day without complaining. That is appreciative religious life. We can see the happiness in such a life. Gedatsu Kongo taught us the 5 principles of the universe. In the law of nature, he said, by day, it is morning, noon, and night. By month, beginning, middle, and end. The 4 seasonal changes are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. This sounds like nothing special, and we may take all that for granted. But stop and think of the profound wonders of this universe. Realize the miracle of our natural world that operates over and over again without the slightest interruption. Now that I am a parent, I truly understand how busy my parents were while raising me. My mother was a housewife, and I now see how much time and energy she had spent for me. I really appreciate her. It is now my turn to perform the daily repetition of parenthood and do the same thing for my kids. I understand some of you may feel bored right now because of this situation we are in, but I am sure if you look at what you are repeatedly doing as your daily practice, you will discover a new sense of self-awareness and appreciation when this pandemic is over. In the end, if you think about the cycle of this repetition over a span of 50 to 100 years, it's like the generational cycle. In other words, your parents did what your grandparents had done, and you did what your parents had done. And your kids will do it again. You can call this repetition karma. There is a good karma that you should repeat and bad karma that you should not repeat. You have within you positive qualities given to you from your ancestors. Use those qualities to benefit society instead of wasting them. That, I believe, is a religious life. Thank you very much.